Greetings, this is AJ here and welcome to the 3-part Nervous System Freedom Workshop series. In these 3 days, you're going to learn tools and techniques to be able to regulate your nervous system naturally, not through talk therapy, counseling, or supplements or medication, but by igniting what's already there in you, by igniting the powers that's already there in you through the ancient wisdom of yoga. So over these 3 days, you're going to learn yogic tools and techniques to be able to manage your stress, anxiety, and burnout effectively. You're going to learn tools to be able to sleep better, to be able to relax properly so that you can wake up with more energy and sustain that throughout the day. You're going to learn tools to rewire your subconscious mind so that you can attract abundance of health and vitality. So I know that you're willing, you are here, you've clicked this link and you have already started your journey, started your transformation. But I want to invite you to take a moment to really visualize the transformation. I want you to take a moment to really feel within yourself, feel in the core of your being what's possible for you and the transformation that is waiting for you. How it would be for you to be able to sleep smoothly all through the night without having to wake up. And when you wake up, you have so much energy. You feel fresh, you feel clear in your head. You're not rushing, you're not overthinking. You're so stable and calm, your presence is so grounded. How would that be for you? I just want you to see yourself being able to wake up in that way, to be able to wake up with so much inner peace and your energy is so relaxed. You may be not able to feel it so intensely right now, but I can feel it and I know that it's possible for you because I've seen hundreds of people transform their health and vitality, regulate their nervous system through this ancient wisdom of yoga. I know that it is possible for you to rewire your subconscious mind in such a way that you only attract positive thoughts. You attract more abundance of health, mental clarity and peace. And those old pathways that keep attracting negative thoughts or restlessness or energy burnout will not be able to function anymore because you have rewired your subconscious mind, you've restored your nervous system. This is not going to be like trendy wellness hacks or Instagram-worthy yoga poses. This is not about that. This is not that kind of journey. This is about tapping into the real ancient wisdom of yoga, the science of yoga. What you need is a long-term plan. What you need is a step-by-step process. And that's what this journey is all about. To guide you step by step so that you can truly integrate these practices into everyday life. The ancient wisdom of yoga is a science of the soul. It's a science passed on from generations of souls that's walked through the fire, that's walked through the battles of the mind and has healed and conquered their mind and transformed their lives and mastered their lives. So I'm not going to say that it's going to be very easy and you have to do only like these few techniques and then you'll instantly feel peaceful and calm and relaxed. I'm not going to say that because that's not the truth. The truth is that you need to commit yourself for this journey. You need to put in some sort of effort, discipline and direction towards this journey. You need to come into this journey, walk this journey with an open heart and an open mind and willingness to transform. So now I just want you to imagine that you're a car and your nervous system is the engine. You have the best seating, you have the best mechanics, the sound system is perfect. You can go through, any terrains, any environments. It's the best car. But what happens when your engine is overheated or is misfiring or is running on fumes? You forgot to change the engine oil or the coolant. It's like the mind-body connection. When the nervous system, when the engine is faulty, then there is overthinking, there is sleep disorders. They are not the problem in itself, but the engine is the problem, and that's reflecting in the body. So all our gut issues, sleep disorders, depression, anxiety, stress, or constant mental chatter, they're not the problem. They're the symptoms of something deeper. They're the symptoms of a faulty engine. So now you're left with two options, and the first option is to change this car completely, which is not possible because this is the body that we have. We can't change the body, or we can change the mind. The second option is to repair and restore that engine. So that's what this work is about, to repair and restore our nervous system. And repairing our nervous system is like taking out the nuts and bolts, separating it, looking into the mess that is in there, changing the engine oil, adding more coolant, and then refitting all of that, making it look like brand new, because you're building a brand new system that's going to be able to regulate itself, regenerate itself from within, to be able to regulate the body temperature, to be able to regulate and show when it's time for coolant and when it's time for filtering that engine oil and adding new engine oil. So this is the process of nervous system freedom. So in these sessions, I'm not going to guide you with any temporary solutions. I'm going to guide you with the 8-step roadmap to complete nervous system freedom. So the first step is awareness of the mind-body connection. And the second step is grounding, safety in the body. I'll explain all of this in much greater detail in the coming days. The third step is relearning the skill of rest. And the fourth step is releasing stored stress from the body. And now the fifth step is emotional regulation and heart-centered presence. And the sixth step is repatterning your thoughts. Seventh step is rebuilding energy flow. And finally, the last step is sovereignty and nervous system freedom. So you need to go through this step by step to really get those long-lasting transformation, not quick cycles of healing. So you may be thinking for yourself, I don't have time, I have so much going on in my life. How can I incorporate these steps into my everyday life? I'm already too old. How can I change now? Or I'm way too emotional. I can't deal with all this. Or you might be thinking, life has been so unfair to me. I keep attracting the wrong people in my life. So I just want to let you know that when you work on this thing, in this path, you're going to slowly but surely shed those ideas or stories that you have been telling yourself. I've worked with people from all walks of life, from different age groups, from 16 to 70 plus, who have seen, have transformed and healed their nervous system through this ancient wisdom of yoga. It's possible to completely heal yourself, and age is only a number. Healing does not have an age limit. It's for anyone who is willing, who can be disciplined, and who can be committed to this journey. All it requires is you showing up for yourself. So when you are ready to show up for yourself consistently, you will gain more time. You will gain more space. You will gain more spaciousness in your mind, so that actually time opens up for you in your day-to-day life. You just need to take that first step and just surrender yourself to the process, because the transformation that is waiting for you on the other side is worthy. It's much more worthy than having a restless mind, being caught up in emotional patterns, being caught up in stress and anxiety. So you just need to get to that stage where you are willing and ready to take that first step and surrender yourself completely. Don't set a deadline, don't set anything, don't tell any story to yourself. Just let go of all the preconceived notions or conditionings and just go into this journey with a complete open heart. So when we talk about nervous system healing, we need to start with the first step, that is awareness of the mind-body connection. Let's look at our own personality. Let's look at our personality like a tree. A tree has two systems essentially. So one is the branches, the leaves, the fruits that is visible on the outside. You can touch it, you can feel it. So that's like your appearance, your body, and what's visible to the outside world. Now the tree has the roots underneath the soil, and that's like your mind. No one can see it. Only you can see it or know it. No one can truly feel it or touch it except yourself. So in yogic wisdom, you are not your body or your mind. You are the soul, the spirit that has taken up a residence in this body and in this mind that you have gathered over time. So for the tree to flourish and to produce fruits and to grow well, you don't nurture just the body. You have to nurture the roots. You have to give manure, you have to give water. That's when the tree can flourish. In the same way, just by focusing on our physical body, just by focusing on what is on our appearance or what is visible to the outside world, we are not really regulating our nervous system. We are not really healing our mind or nourishing our internal self. So the first step to this process is to look into our mind. So from a yogic perspective, our mind is in 3 layers. So the first layer, the surface level awareness of the mind, is the conscious mind, or buddhi and manas in Sanskrit. So this is the mind that is the surface level awareness, all the logical thinking, all the reasoning, some extent of decision making based on the intellect, based on our based on our reasoning, is our conscious mind. So for example, you are hungry and you have 2 choices. There is a really good pizza place close to your house that you feel like you should get a takeaway pizza from there, but also your fridge is filled with all these ingredients to make an amazing meal. You have lettuce, you have cherry tomatoes, you have olives, you have red onions, cucumbers, broccolis, you name it, you have it all. So, but your instincts want to get that pizza. That's what your instinct is telling you. But now you start reasoning, you see the benefits of making a salad, and you end up deciding to stay home and make that salad. So that's your conscious mind working. Now there's the layer beneath that conscious mind, which is the subconscious layer. So this is your automatic behaviors that you have gathered from all the impressions and all the imprints from your life, from your childhood, all the behaviors, habits, and reactions to whatever is happening in your life. So that's your subconscious mind. So for example, if someone criticizes you, straight away you feel hurt or you feel defensive. Or you pick up your phone and start scrolling without thinking, just as a habit. So that is the subconscious mind. Now the deepest layer of the mind is the unconscious layer, or the unconscious mind, or the causal body, Karana Sharira in Sanskrit. So this is the layer that is automatic. We don't have to think about it. So things like breathing, heartbeat, things like survival instincts, fear of death, sexual instincts, all the primal instincts is driven by this unconscious mind. And this is also the mind that stores all the karmic imprints. So karmic imprints are like all the actions, all the intentions, thoughts, emotions that you have had has a vibration. So what goes out comes back. There is a reciprocity. So all these actions, their reciprocity, their residue, or the reactions from the universe, from the outside world, is stored in this karmic body or in this unconscious mind. And it's not just from this lifetime, but also from the past life. So things like generational trauma or fears that you don't even know, maybe you don't even know that you're carrying, is actually stored in your unconscious mind. And that is actually shaping your day-to-day decisions without you even realizing it. So this is the unconscious state. So our conscious state only handles about 5% of our day-to-day functioning. And the subconscious state handles about 95% of our day-to-day functioning. And the unconscious state is really the seed that projects the reality, is the seed that projects what our subconscious mind is thinking and what our conscious mind is able to intellectualize or logically reason. Awareness is the first step to healing your nervous system. So for a minute, another analogy, if you just imagine yourself sitting in a beautiful place. You've just woken up in a beautiful place. You don't have to go to work today. You're just sitting outside in the morning sunshine, sipping your cup of tea, looking out into nature. You can see beautiful birds, maybe a creek. You're in just bliss, total relax. But suddenly your phone buzzes and instantly you're thinking, oh damn, that could be work. What did I forget at work? What if it's urgent? What if it's something that I have to do? What if I have to go to work? Instantly your mind starts racing. And without you even realizing, your body starts to get tensed. Your breath gets shorter. Your shoulders get tensed. Your jaws get tensed. Your heartbeat races. So without any real danger physically, your mind triggered the stress response in the body. So that's the mind-body loop. So when your body is already stressed, when your body is already giving off that stress response back to the mind goes into a state of anxiety, hyper-anxiety or hyper-vigilance. And then that is sent back to the body again, making you more tensed. And this is the cycle. The mind triggers the initial stress response in the body, and the body feeds that back to the mind, and then now the mind is feeding back to the body. And this cycle just keeps on going until and unless you notice it, you become aware of it. So awareness is the key. Awareness is what will give that direction, that path that you have to take to be able to heal, to be able to really sit with your mind, to be able to really see the messiness or the things that may be getting stuck or stored in your mind, in your unconscious or subconscious state. So this is the key. Awareness is like you're in a dark room and suddenly you turn on that light and you can see clearly all the messiness. But you can also see the way out of that dark room. So first you need to look at your own past. You need to become aware of where you're coming from to know where you need to go, to know which direction you need to take. So that's the power of awareness. So how do we cultivate awareness of this mind-body connection? How do we cultivate deeper awareness of our unconscious and subconscious state? The simple answer to that is presence, to be more present in this moment in time. I know that's easy to say and hard to embody, hard to do. Most of us are rushing or thinking. There's a constant mental chatter that prevents us from being present. Especially if our nervous system is dysregulated or hyper-vigilant, it becomes harder to become present. So that's the meditative quality that we need to cultivate, that meditativeness, not just when we are actually practicing meditation, but in every aspect of our life. When we are doing our day-to-day chores, washing dishes, having a shower, doing our work, whatever it is, we need to be able to cultivate that meditative quality, space in our nervous system to be able to observe and witness what's happening within us and what's happening around us. That's creating those kind of behaviors or reactions within us. So this is the most important part to actually develop that meditative quality within ourselves. So now there are so many different types of meditation practices that you can actually do to get better in this meditative quality, to become better in this meditative nature. So the important part is to actually start preparing yourself to meditate, to consciously decide a set time to meditate and make it a structured system, a structured way that you anchor yourself. So you don't have to straight away start with a 30-minute meditation or 1-hour meditation. That may be extremely difficult and maybe a burden for you. So the first thing to do is start with micro meditations. So you can start with just 2 minutes meditation every 3 hours. Keep those 2 minutes consistent for maybe 5 days, maybe 10 days, until you become really comfortable to be able to sit quietly, silently, to invoke that stillness within yourself, to reinforce that stillness, that quietness within yourself just for that 2 minutes. And then you can slowly extend that to 5 minutes, maybe every 5 hours, and then 10 minutes, maybe 3 times a day, and eventually to 30 minutes or 1 hour, maybe twice a day, first thing in the morning and before you go to sleep. When you get to that stage, that's when you have created those new neural pathways. When you're able to sit still, when you're able to cultivate that ability to look inward within yourself, to be able to clearly see within yourself what's driving your day-to-day choices, what's the real driving force of the way your emotions have been or is being reflected in this present moment in time. When you're able to really cultivate that consistency in your practice, you just need to have set times to come back to anchor yourself. So start with just 2 minutes and move on to 30 minutes or 1 hour. You don't have to straight away go to 30 minutes because that may be not possible, especially if your nervous system is already fired up and dysregulated. You need to start small. And those small actions eventually compound itself and make it much more easier for the brain and the subconscious mind to adapt and to know this is what you're doing, to create those new neural pathways. So you need to take the step gently, not rush into it, don't expect overnight results. Now there are so many different ways to meditate. There are so many different meditation practices. What I am going to share with you is something called mudra meditation. So mudras are like codes that help you, assist you in aligning with the universal forces or the universal energies. So it works on physical, mental and spiritual levels of our personality, of our holistic personality. So mudras there are so many different mudras. For example, yoga asanas in themselves are like mudras. They're like gestures, sacred geometrical patterns that help you align with the certain universal energies. And there are breath mudras, there are mind mudras, there are intellectual, emotional mudras. So today I'm going to share with you hand mudras, how you can use your hand to align yourself with the universal powers of creation, with the universal energies. Because to manifest anything in life, you can't force the outcome. You cannot control or grab the outcome. You need to gently prepare yourself for the outcome, because if you try to grab or control in a persuasive way, that outcome that you want, that you're hoping for, will only go further away from you. But if you prepare yourself sincerely with integrity, then the universe will work with you to exponentially reward you with the outcome, maybe even much more than what you thought is possible. So that's the power when you cultivate this ability to prepare sincerely, to do your work and leave the rest for universe, to have that trust and surrendering mind to let the universe work. And the important thing with mudras is whatever you're focusing on, if you're focusing on negativity, then that's what is going to manifest. That's the power of mudras. Whatever you're focusing on, that gets amplified. So it's important when you're practicing mudras to focus positivity, to focus and reinforce those positive thoughts. Then that's what is going to manifest. Because when you surrender to the universe, for example, you have the skill to cook a really good meal. But can you actually cook a really good meal without the help of the universe? You need fire, you need water, you need really good ingredients to be able to cook a good meal. It's not just that you know how to cook is going to make a good meal. In the same way, to manifest something that is really good and that's long lasting, you need to cultivate that ability to surrender to the universe. You need to know the codes, like the password of the phone, to be able to access the phone, to be able to access that inner system. So that's why these mudras are like codes that help you to access, to align yourself with the universe, with the universal elements, with the energies of the universe. to be able to manifest your highest life. So this mudra that I'm going to show you today is called the Sahaj Shank Mudra. So Sahaj meaning to be at ease, and Shank it's the conch. Conch is a long spiral shaped shell of a sea snail, and in yogic wisdom that snail shell represents purity and cosmic powers. So Sahaj Shank Mudra actually works on your spine, on your backbone, because spine is where the alertness, the awareness is, and spine is a very important part of our body for us to stay connected, to stay healthy and abundant in our physical health, mental health and spiritual health. So this mudra actually empowers the spine. It helps us to ease and strengthen spine, and this mudra also helps us to become more alert inwardly, to become more aware of ourselves, to become more aware of our internal self, the different layers of our mind. So you can use this mudra any time of the day. There is no set time that you have to do this mudra. The first thing in the morning is the best time to do this mudra. So you can maybe plan out in such a way that you do a longer meditation the first thing in the morning, and then do short meditations throughout the day. And you can use this mudra any time of the day. That's the beauty of it. You can start with 2 minutes, move on to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, all the way to 30 minutes. It does not really require you to have any kind of breathing pattern for this meditation to work. All you need to do is stay neutral. And this mudra helps you to become more neutral without being obsessively trying hard to create that inner peace or to be relaxed. You just need to be completely alert within yourself and be completely sincere to this practice, and to remember to always reinforce positive thoughts and not let negative thoughts come in. So now I'm going to demonstrate to you how to do this mudra. So firstly, you just want to loosen your fingers. You want to warm up your hands slightly. Awakening the energies in your arms, in your hands. Now keep a straight spine. Every time you do meditation, try to keep a straight spine. And it's a very simple mudra practice, Sahaj Shank Mudra. You're going to interlock your 4 fingers. Interlock your 4 fingers, leave the thumbs out and bring the palms close together. You want to put a slight pressure in your palms. And then bring the edges of your thumbs touching together and gently keep your thumbs over your index finger. Thumbs are pointing forward. And you want to bring your hands just in front of your heart chakra, just in this area. So interlock your fingers, bring your palms together, put a little bit of pressure so your palm stays close together. Bring the edges of your thumb together and gently keep your thumbs over your index finger, and thumbs are pointing forward just in front of your heart chakra. Maintain a steady breath and maintain your posture. You might start to feel a slight strain in your arms, in your hands. Just try to breathe through it while you remain focused and alert within yourself. So in the next video of this 3-part workshop series, I'm going to share with you the second step, which is grounding safety in the body. Because if you don't feel safe in the body, if the body is stuck in that stress response, no matter how much work you do, it's not going to fully feel safe, and it's going to feed that stress response to the mind, keeping you stuck in that overthinking, in that restlessness, unable to sleep properly, and unable to have that mental clarity. So grounding safety in the body is an essential step to nervous system freedom. So I'm going to share with you a powerful breathing practice and a different mudra practice to help you ground safety in the body. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to connecting with you more deeply in the coming days and weeks I would love to hear from you what transformation you felt. What was the aha moment that you felt in this session? I just want to learn from you if you have practiced this mudra and how you felt, what emotions came up when you practiced this mudra. If you have any questions or doubts about what I've covered today, please feel free to reach out to me at hinterlandvillage@gmail.com, and I'll be more than happy to reply to you as soon as I can. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.